enjoy the journey. And at that time of my career, I was focused way more on the destination. How are you going to measure your success? What are your survey markers, as we have here on the trail, but what are your survey markers? How are you going to define success for you personally? The journey is not always fun and air conditioned and well, for those of you that have been watching the channel for a few years, there's a several year gap where I didn't post much of anything. If you look down below, you'll see all the videos that I made when I was hiking the Appalachian Trail. So this is a little bit of a takeoff on the Appalachian Trail because we are out here at Fontana Dam and enjoying a beautiful springtime afternoon. The weather could not be more perfect. But there's also a couple of things that keep coming to mind as I hike today that are things that you might be able to apply to your organization. First one is enjoy the journey. Back in 2008, I was a member of an organization where the leader picked the theme for the year for that convention. And the theme was enjoy the journey. And at that time of my career, I was focused way more on the destination than I was about enjoying those precious moments and people that we meet along the way and actually taking in and absorbing and enjoying every day to its fullest. So, number one, if you're not enjoying the journey you're on, find another journey. So, let's just start there. The second thing is enjoy the characters that you're on that journey with, whether it's you know your coworkers, or if you're not enjoying the coworkers you're with, maybe it's time you fire your coworkers and go to another place where you're going to enjoy the journey better and enjoy those who you're on the journey with. Another thing that came to mind is we were walking around here at Fontana Dam and doing this little, it's probably a 5 mile stretch of the Appalachian Trail that we're just out visiting today. Is how are you going to measure your success? What are your survey markers, as we have here on the trail, but what are your survey markers? How are you going to define success for you personally? Because when you start defining success for yourself, you will start seeing untold success for your organization. So you've got to have those survey markers on your journey. If you're enjoying the journey, what are the destinations? Yeah, you've got your destination, but what are those survey markers along the way that you need to reach? What are those goals that you're setting? Those incremental goals, and how are you measuring success? And then third, what's your contingency plan? Over here to my left, over to your right, is an emergency spillway here at Fontana Dam. They have not let a flood just happen by chance. There is a contingency plan in place. So, what's your personal contingency plan? And what's your contingency plan for those things that could go wrong at work, whether it be situational issues, whether it be weather related issues, whether it be coworker issues, HR concerns? What are your contingency plans for you personally, as well as for your organization and that area that you've been given responsibility for? So keep those items in mind. Enjoy the journey. It's not really about the destination, it's about the journey. And I should point out, like, I've got bugs swarming around me, and you probably can't see it from there, but I am sweating like crazy. The journey is not always fun and air conditioned, and people sitting there feeding you grapes. And sometimes it's pretty doggone uncomfortable. The journey is, but if you can embrace that, you hear people say enjoy the suck. If you can embrace the journey, even the good parts and the bad, you're going to be better off for it. If you set those survey markers for yourself, those incremental achievements that you're going to make along the way, how you're going to define success, you're going to be far more happy. And third, if things do go wrong, if you have got your spillway, your contingency plan for emergencies, you're going to be a lot more comfortable knowing that you aren't just locked on this one destination, this one path, that you have alternative ways of making sure that your organization, the customers you serve are protected and okay regardless of the circumstances. So, guys, this is Dan. I'm Dan Stockdale. Thank you for joining my podcast, and we will see you next week. Enjoy the journey, guys.